Ronald Reagan continues his quest for adventure this morning with a trip to a place that is dark, damp, and dangerous, a spot deep beneath the earth where most would fear to tread, but to Ron, it's his idea of a good time.
People have long been fascinated by caves, probably dating back to the time when we lived in them. Dark caverns tend to fill us with a mixture of awe and an often well-founded trepidation. But for some folks, fear has given way to excitement and intense curiosity. Many people now go caving or spelunking. Thousands belong to the National Speleological Society. Of course, caves are often found in remote places, and as I quickly discovered, getting there can be half the thrill. Our cave in Alabama is truly spectacular, a 140-foot drop next to a cascading waterfall, and the only way to get down was on the end of a rope.
You can find little footholds and things like that. That's it. Looking good.
I was itching to go, and at last it was my turn to practice. As with all risky ventures, proper equipment and instruction is vital. I was fortunate to be learning from one of the best.
Just remember, when you start down, you want to be sure to lean out a little bit.
The man giving the orders here is Dr. Horton Hobbs of Wittenberg University in Ohio.
Keep those feet very widely spread apart, and don't make that first step too big.
Once over the edge of the pit, which is, by the way, the scariest part, you're on your own. I could feel every inch of that 140 feet looming beneath me. But there was also a strange feeling of exhilaration. The lower I went, the wetter and chillier it got, the better I somehow felt. I'd entered a world of vaulting subterranean chambers and intriguing mineral formations. It was beautiful, but also dangerous. A misplaced step could be a disaster. But my companions, seemingly oblivious, trekked on.
It's probably one of the least explored frontiers left. We keep hoping to find that little room or that little passage that no one has found yet, and you could be the first to explore a new passage and find something maybe different.
In caves, there is an overwhelming sense of age, not of centuries, but of eons.
Okay, we're walking around a very large flowstone. It's a large dome that's just covered with crystals that are formed. It's still wet and forming. If you look to the ceiling, you can see a number of stalactites, very, very crowded, a lot of water still dripping down it.
Deeper and deeper we went. Darker and darker it became. But even at these depths, there's a surprising variety of life. Creatures like bats and cave crickets whose lives are spent in perpetual blackness.
There's some salamanders that don't have any pigment. They're totally white, and they have gills on the outside and no eyes, and a lot of the fish don't have any eyes or any pigment.
As we continued, it not only got darker, it got a lot smaller.
Hey, Horton? Yeah, what's all this dark stuff all over the rocks?
Well, believe it or not, it's cricket guano.
It's like going into a new frontier. Each cave's different. It's exciting just to see what's around the next corner.
Too soon, it was time to return to the world above. That meant a long, tough climb up that rope. So, I cheated. I found a side door out. I can't say it didn't feel good to see the sun and sky again, but as I stepped out, I heard some of the hardcore spelunkers talking among themselves. They were planning to come back that night.